Which one is that?
John Ehrman. Right here.
Is that a cash deal? Why are you scheduling things for 9 a.m.?
Because that's when he can come in.
He can also come in at 9:30 or 10.
He was scheduled for 9:30, but he had to move it tonight.
All right, this is a cash deal, so what's so complicated about this?
Do you want me to have Joe do it?
After my live, I can do it, or you can have Joe do it. Your choice, dealer's choice.
Can you do this for Jess real quick, or are you that tied up?
Why does that need to be done right this second?
Because their credit's unlocked. So I was.
You're
asking
such a
if I
bad
could
liar.
What do you want me to do?
That's what you always say.
No, it's not.
You are so full of it.
Oh my God, I cannot. You're really not being nice to me.
What's going on, everybody? Tom McConnell from Ireland. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. What's going on and how's everybody doing? Have a good weekend. Everyone having fun. I gotta. All right. Any advice for moving from sales to the deal? I'm not sure if I fully understand that question. Jaylon, what's going on? How are you? Which newer marque is the best buy as a certified pre-owned? GLE 350s are always good buys. GLCs, those always do well, hold their value well. If I spent 3 years in traditional dealership, how much of a transition should I prepare for if I'm looking to get into luxury auto sales? By traditional dealership, are you talking about a franchise store? Or are you talking about independent? Rafi Moosh, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. We have a celebrity in the house. Sharon, thanks for saying hi. Thanks for stopping by. Eric, looking at replacing my Jeep Wagoneer with a GLS 450. How much smaller do you feel it is? You're going to lose some trunk space, but that's really the only place that's going to feel smaller. So, overall, it's nothing's quite as big as a Grand Wagoneer or a Suburban Escalade EXT, all of that, but GLS is a good size. Your customers that buy a used G-Wagon and they get an opportunity for future allocations, if they get in cycle on trading in every year on a new model, what do you think their cost is over that year? Really depends on which G-Wagons they're getting. No, Rafi, come on, brother. You're big time. I'm trying to be like you. Well, 1,000% always rather pick an Escalade on my 7th one. I'm not. Are you saying you'd take an Escalade over a GLS? I get that. Cherish, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by. RD, would you say it's okay to have a loan instead of paying off the principal amount? Matches the depreciation of the car each month nearly. I'm a big fan. Let me reread that. To have a loan instead of paying off if the principal matches the depreciation of the car. RD, I'm not fully understanding that, unfortunately. Hobbs, Amex is a rebate incentive. Love watching your videos. Amex is not available anymore, unfortunately. Derek, what's your personal pick for a brand new car you all carry for a college kid for safety needs? I'd probably, if you just want a college kid car, get him a new Toyota or a Honda. Don't buy used Toyotas and Hondas. They are not worth the money, unless it's like 20 years old, right? But don't get one that's a couple days old. No, Matt, we've been humming today, man. We're at 8 new so far for the day. It's been busy. Advice for moving from sales to the desk. Oh, got it. Well, the hardest part about that transition is making sure that you have the respect of everyone on your team, right? Because you're going to be going from colleague to boss, so to speak, and sometimes that can be difficult for some people. So it's important to be able to, 1, always be humble, and 2, learn that everybody that you're working with is going to need a different version of you, right? 2018 Toyota Sienna, I love mine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with used Toyotas. They're amazing cars. What I'm saying is that they aren't worth the tiny amount of savings over the cost of a new one. It's not worth it. So I did a video about this where I talked about, it's clear to me that people who buy used Toyotas and Hondas don't ever consider new ones, because if they did, they would never buy the used one, right? Because new ones are only a couple $1,000s more expensive in a lot of cases, and they also have new car interest rates versus used car interest rates, and maybe rebates or incentives potentially, but the depreciation is so minimal on so many of those cars that people really aren't getting the deal they think they're getting, right? right? So it's just, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. Let's see. AMG Sealy 2025 is the body change for 2026 model. No, that car was all new for model year 2024. So that one, you're safe on that one for a little while. What do you think about the Buell Super Cruiser motorcycle coming out this fall? I have not seen anything about the new Buell, but my dad had a Buell once. Cool bike. Do you provide training to your new employees at your dealership? Yes, we do training every day, but we also provide training to our new team members on an ongoing basis. They shadow for a while, but we also do sales training every day. Every day. Glenn, I found a good lease on an EQB and I like it a lot. My first electric car. There you go. Congratulations. The S-Class 560, what's your take on it overall? The S560, that's an excellent car. That generation of S-Class, very, very popular. And at this point, you'd be getting one really low on the depreciation curve. So those are good purchases for sure. Sienna versus Odyssey, both great choices, but I always lean Toyota a little bit over Honda overall if I had to pick one. Any news on the S-Class redesign? Yeah, that'll be next year. End of next year, we should expect that. What do you think about the Geely 350? I love the Geely 350. The Geely is my favorite overall class of vehicle that we have. There's so much different. There's so many different variants within that. There's the regular, the coupe, different engine sizes, different body styles. I love the Geely. I think it's one of the best looking cars that we have. It's just such a sharp looking car, and it's like a Goldilocks size. It's just right for most people. It's a good family car, but it's not too big. And yeah, they're just very stylish. They hold their value well. They're reliable. The Geely class is fantastic. Wow, Wayne had a 190E. Oh my goodness. I bet you wish you still had that. Epic, epic car. Manshan, yes, we've got several Sealy 53s. I probably have the best inventory of Sealy 53s in the country. And no, that's not because we're not selling them. It's because I was able to stack them up, right? There's a difference. This is a allocation or turn and earn based brand, which means that you're going to earn allocation based on your historical sales. And that's the primary thing that determines it. So you have to sell a lot of a car to earn a lot of a car. Is there a particular GT AMG trim that you would consider a good middle ground? Never configured a Mercedes before, so I'm unaware of trim levels. Kevin, are you looking at a two-door GT or a four-door GT? Jeremy, I'm sure you were very successful with it. My salesman spent so much time not selling cars, I'd be exclamation point. I'm not sure if you're referring to me or people on my sales team or what you're thinking about there. Do you think they'll bring back the S-Class two-door? I don't think they will. I wish they would, because those cars were amazing, and I think there's renewed interest in them. But just the sales volumes just don't make sense. I mean, it's a very expensive to R&D any new car, any new model, any new redesign, and when you've got such a low take rate, I mean, Americans just don't buy coupes and convertibles in high quantities, and the ones they do are probably not in that price point. So I think that it's not unreasonable to think that we will see a special edition version of that, because Mercedes has some really cool special edition limited run type stuff planned for the future, kind of like Porsche does now. So I think that it's very reasonable to think that we'll see one in the near future. All right, everyone seems a little sleepy today. Nobody's hitting the like button over on TikTok. Help me out, help a brother out. Let's get the like buttons, likes going, and if you're not following already, would love and appreciate a follow. Thanks for being here. But hitting like and hitting the thumbs up button is very helpful. That helps push this out to more people. So I do appreciate anybody that can help me there, and thank you for everybody who's here, who's been a longtime supporter, and everyone who's a new supporter. So Drew, no, we're not moving to the mall. That didn't work out, so we're building a new dealership in Avon. Brian, in January, picked up a 25 BMW X3. First BMW came up from Lexus. Do not like the X3. Should have at least been on an X5 in hindsight. I purchased. Would like a way out. So you can definitely get out, but getting out in the first year is always going to be the most difficult thing to do, just from a dollars and cents perspective, because luxury cars, especially the German luxury cars, which I would consider, and this is no disrespect to Lexus, but they kind of are the next rung up from Lexus. They have a big initial depreciation in a lot of cases, and that's simply because of how luxury buyers, and this is luxury buyers for anything, whether it's cars, or accessories, whatever. This is with the assumption that something is not readily available. But luxury buyers are much more price insensitive, right? They will spend up for new unless it is a crazy good deal, right? Whereas somebody may be looking for a used Toyota, like we were just talking about, might save $1,000 and decide to get the used car. Well, on a used BMW, used Mercedes, used Audi, right? People, they want new, they want what they want, or they want a deal. And that's where that kind of depreciation, so to speak, comes from. Rod, my favorite Merc, the CLK GTR probably is my favorite. The 190E would be a close second to amazing vehicles. Arthur, that's extremely kind of you to say. Thank you, I appreciate that. David, can a car salesman still make $100,000 a year in today's industry? Absolutely, David, absolutely. Carlos, what is a starter Mercedes you would suggest? So our entry-level cars are CLA, GLA, GLB. Those are all great options, but if you want to go a little bit higher up the food chain as far as luxury is concerned, C300, GLC 300, I think are a really excellent place to start. I had several C300s, early on in my sales career, and I love those cars. They're great blend of luxury and affordability, and they lease well, and they are just the perfect place to start in the brand as far as I'm concerned. So, one of your all-time favorite supercars. Boy, I mean, the Ferrari F40 was a personal favorite of mine from a very young age. The CLK GTR, of course, as I just mentioned. The 918 from Porsche I really love, and there's a reason for that. I mean, the car itself was great, but there's a kind of a story there that I think is very cool, the way that Porsche sort of reset the super exotic or supercar industry with that car. What kind of Sprinter deals do you have? We have a big Sprinter department, and we have a lot of them. We have a great team there. They are very, they're very aggressive on their Sprinter deals. So anybody that is needing a Sprinter for any reason, whether that's for their business or they want to buy one to upfit it as a camper van or a limo van, that team is ready to assist. They do a great job, and they're very aggressive for sure. So good morning from Mercedes-Benz in Australia. Matt, all the way from Australia. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, brother. Are you into Formula One? I'm not like a diehard Formula One fan, but I do enjoy watching it. It's I find it very entertaining. I love the competition. I love the storylines with the drivers, but I'm not like a super hardcore fan. So, Luigi, I know you have people bringing Grand Wagoneers literally upside down on their heads, 5 figures, not even 2 years in. You have an awesome opinion on the car industry. What's your opinion on what happened in this specific situation? How did this enormous deviation present itself? Well, there's a couple things that happened. Obviously, we had the COVID era, which inflated prices on everything, and that's not just cars, right? Everything got expensive. Consumable products, I mean, everything in the housing industry for building houses, lumber, I mean, just everything got really expensive. You had a period of super high inflation, and that pushed prices really, really high, especially on cars. So people were paying for cars at top of the market values, okay? On top of that, a lot of manufacturers started really increasing prices a lot during COVID because supply was so short, demand was so high relative to that supply, and it just seemed like the logical thing to do because people were paying big money for them. And Stellantis is, definitely one of the manufacturers, one of the OEMs that was most guilty of raising prices significantly. And I think that with their Jeep products, they really went way too aggressive in their price increases. So you had the combination of huge price increases from the manufacturer, plus the inflation that was happening because of the COVID era, and then couple that with the fact that very quickly after that, when the Fed starts raising rates and inflation starts to slow down and the economy starts to cool off and the values of those started to fall, now they were falling from a much, much higher height than they had ever fallen from previously. And right, the higher something goes, the harder it will fall. Okay, so I just think that unfortunately, with a lot of those Jeeps, the Grand Wagoneers specifically, it just was a market adjustment that happened too quickly in one direction, and then it just went all the way hardcore back in the other direction, and so it left a lot of people in those situations in a really bad spot. So Geely 53 AMG Coupe, Mark, great vehicles. We have several of those in stock. Does the GLC GLE Coupe reduce headroom in the front significantly versus the standard SUV version, or is it mainly only impacted in the back seat? So you'll lose a little bit in the front, but it's mostly in the second row that you're going to lose that headroom there. Thoughts on the Mazda CX-5? I think Mazda in general is doing a great job right now. That brand has a good product lineup. The styling is good. The technology is good. CX-5 is a good car. My wife had one of those several years ago before she got her first Benz. Great. It's like a GLC-sized vehicle. Any S63 convertibles available? No, unfortunately. S63 coupes or convertibles are very rare birds to come across these days. No, Jack, this is not pre-recorded. I think it's crazy how most of the people who have been buying cars and buying houses for the past 40 years are going to die here pretty soon anyway. Oh, that's pretty morbid. But Mary Moo, trying to decide between a Tesla Model Y or a Mercedes EQE, your opinion on Mercedes-Benz electric reliability? I mean, the electric reliability, as far as I know, has been very good. There's a 10-year, 155,000 mile warranty on the batteries, so Mercedes is really standing behind the product there. And of course, I'm very partial. I think that Tesla deserves a lot of credit for really innovating in this space, and they've got some pretty cool technology that they can implement because they don't play by the same set of rules as the legacy OEMs do. But you know, overall fit and finish, ride quality, just general living with it on a day-to-day basis, I have to give the nod to the EQE, and that, you know, obviously I'm a little biased there, but I do think that a lot of people would agree with that assessment. So, let's see. Steven, actually, you don't make it very easy to trade in a non-Mercedes. I messaged you for an early lease Grand Cherokee Jeep turn-in. You asked me. Oh. No, well, Steven, Chrysler Capital, unfortunately, we cannot take on trade. I hope that I had said that, and I do apologize if I did not. And if you were DMing me again, I do apologize. I own that fully. I get more DMs than I can handle, and it can be a little overwhelming. So I probably dropped the ball there, and I do apologize for that. But yeah, one of the issues with Jeep leases is that they do not allow them to be traded into third parties. If the lease is through Ally, then we can do it, but Chrysler Capital, we cannot. So even if I wanted to take the car on trade, I can't because they won't let me pay it off. I'm not jealous, I'm just bringing up facts. Okay. I think I'm missing part of that conversation. Do you anticipate a lot of cashback type incentives towards the end of the year? I'm not anticipating anything, to be honest with you. I think that everything's as unpredictable as it's ever been right now in the automotive industry, so I just don't even guess. Hannah, no, I'm not a North Olmsted native. I grew up on the east side of Cleveland, actually. So, Chris, is your store suffering since AMG Jared's departure? No. Bobby, good. Entry-level Mercedes will be my first. So, SClass, GLC, a great price. You know, great places to start. If that is a little bit too much as far as the money's concerned, then GLA, GLB, CLA are great options as well. John, what's up, bud?
Hey, boss man, just have a quick question. This configure sheet we did earlier,
yeah.
Do you just have a PDF version of this, or where I can find it?
What do you mean? Well, when you go to print it, just save it as a PDF.
Like, did you send this to me as well?
No.
Where would I?
Just go back into the request, or go into configure.
Another
and,
question.
yeah.
The one I did for you. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Anthony, what's going on? How are you? Would you ever upgrade to a Ferrari, RollsRoyce dealership? No. No, absolutely not. Those brands don't have nearly enough product or potential consumers to sell to. It would be very boring. Trev, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that. Thank you again, by the way, for everybody who is here. It's never lost on me how amazing it is to be able to come in here and connect with all of you and answer your questions. And I'm sorry that it is hard to get to everybody's questions. It is a lot that comes at me. And if you direct message me, I apologize if I miss it or if it takes me a while to get to it. I really do need like an assistant to help me with that kind of thing because it is just too much. But it is amazing. And so if I'm not getting back to you, I promise, although this might seem hard to believe, it's not because I don't want to talk to you. It's just that I get pulled in so many different directions and I have so many hours in the day, and I'm still trying to figure this all out, right? How to be able to be here for my team and sell cars and do everything that we do at the dealership, but then also come on here and connect with all of you and you know, provide you all the experience that I want to provide you. It's tough. It's a lot, right? So, but I love doing it. I absolutely love doing it. So, Dylan, no, a lot of automotive lenders, including Mercedes-Benz Financial, look at TransUnion. So it's not that we only use TransUnion; it's that a lot of the auto lenders look at TransUnion. Hannah, you'll be my assistant. That's very kind of you to offer. I don't even know what that position would even look like. That's the thing. I don't even know how to make that work at this point in time. But it is something that I need to figure out. Any GLE 350 lease deals 2025s with the 2026 coming out? Yeah, absolutely. We've got some great deals on 2025 GLEs. Richard, I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. Sean, I worked with a guy who spent 20 years with McLaren, Koenigsegg, Lambo, etc. 20K commissions, but 2-year deals, so much legwork. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the commissions are great, but yeah, it's not enough interactivity, not enough action, right? There's just not enough buyers for those cars for me to make it any fun. Thank you for everybody who is a new follower today. If you're not following already, would love and appreciate a follow or a subscription over on YouTube. And on YouTube, that's where the longer videos get posted, so that's always fun to check that out over there. Brett, your team is working on a GLE 450E deal for me. Right now I'm in Colorado. First time. Nice, very nice. We've done several Colorado deals this year already. Let's see, LAJ, thank you for for your generosity. GLC 350E, 7.5K miles, let's see, 200 and, are you saying you have $206 a month on a GLC? That is incredible. If that's the case, I would say go for it. That sounds amazing. Falconer 3.05 from, let's see, oh, thank you for your generosity, brother. Will MB ever go back to the old CPO warranty? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I've been with the brand for 15 years, and I don't know the CPO warranty to ever have been anything other than what it is now. Well, actually, that's not true. The unlimited mileage warranty did happen more recently, but I don't know why we would want to go back to the non-CPO. I mean, having that 1-year extension of the new car warranty and unlimited miles is pretty amazing. Deluce Goose currently selling at BMW, thinking of switching over to Mercedes. What do you think? Go for it, brother. Let's do it. Jimmy, what car do you currently drive? I currently drive an EQS 580 SUV. And I don't drive that because I'm trying to convince people to buy EVs. Right? I know a lot of people in the comments think that I'm trying to push EVs on people. That's not what I'm trying to do. I just, as a daily driver, they are fantastic. Is it super fun and loud and engaging to drive? No, it's not a sports car. It's not. But as a daily driver, man, is it fun. Or it's just so comfortable and smooth and quiet, and yeah, I like it. So, any advice for a new internet sales director? Well, the best advice I can give you, again, I don't know exactly how that position looks for you there, but you've got to be on top of your associates at all time, making sure things don't slip through the cracks, because that is the hardest thing, is that when you've got a constant flood of activity happening, coming at you, you have got to be on top of it to make sure that people are getting followed up with, things haven't fallen through the cracks. I mean, it's so easy for that to happen when you're busy, busy, busy. Booth Busters, love your content, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. Future, how often do you switch out cars? I switch them out as often as we sell the cars that I'm driving. So usually, sometimes that could be a couple weeks, sometimes a month, 2 months, 3 months. If for whatever reason I'm driving a car for a long time and we don't sell it, then I'll retire it usually around 3,000 to 4,000 miles. So, thank you. My eyebrows are pretty intense, that's for sure. Dave, I have a Cadillac XT-S. What is a similar Mercedes in size? Or XT6, I'm sorry, that was a slip. The XT6, I don't want to misspeak. I want to say that that's the GLE competitor, but let's just be sure. Yeah, so that would be the competitor to the GLE and the GLE 350. You know what I mean? So our kind of mid-size SUV class. David, my wife has a 2019 GLA 250 and managed to spill a Coke in the electronics cluster and the buttons and knobs won't work. We want to trade this car, and what should we do? Repair? Well, David, that is unfortunately a very expensive repair. So either you trade it now and you take the hit, or you pay out of pocket for that. You could go through insurance. I don't know if that is in the long run the smartest thing to do. That could raise your premiums in the long run. So yeah, I don't know, might make sense just because you're going to need a new control unit for that. So, the Thomas J. Greetings from the Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas en route to the Bahamas. Wow, very cool. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate that. Courtney, I've seen and heard mixed things on this topic. If you are currently in a lease from a competitor luxury brand, say Audi, are you able to trade that in at, say, Mercedes on an MB lease? I've seen some people say yes, it can be done, but others say it can't. So, Courtney, the technical answer is that no, it cannot be done. Okay? You actually cannot do that. Audi is one of the brands that will not let you, same as BMW, will not let you trade in to a third-party dealership. However, if you have the right dealership you're working with, like for example, we have an Audi and a BMW store in our group. So I can have them pay off the car and then they wholesale it back to me. So it's like you're effectively trading it into me, okay? So yes, technically, no, you cannot, okay? But with the right dealership gymnastics, then yes, you can. Thomas, any news on price increases for 2026 vehicles? So far, we've only had 2 announcements on 2026 pricing, and they've both been very pleasantly surprising. The first was the 2026 GLE 350s, which went up a whopping $400 year over year, which is amazing. So that essentially is no price increase at all. I've never seen a year over year price increase so low. And the other announcement were the EQ models, the EQEs, EQSs, and those all had their prices slashed very considerably, which again, I've never seen that happen. So, Mercedes obviously is making an adjustment there with the landscape on EVs changing and that lease cash going away. So far so good. I don't have any information outside of that on what will happen pricing wise, but I am very pleased with how Mercedes has been handling the tariff situation. I think that they're operating a masterclass right now in how to handle the tariffs in the best interest of the dealerships and the end consumers. So, Jenna, yeah, we're definitely, we will work with you on a CLE 53, absolutely. So, Joe OHIO, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Steven, I enjoy your social media and content. I spent many years in the car business, and working deals with your salespeople brings back memories. Well, Steven, I do appreciate you watching. Thank you for watching and for your support. I really do appreciate that. And Brazil, just to clarify, BMW does not allow third-party lease buyouts, but Mercedes does. So Mercedes actually will allow that. Selfishly, I wish they didn't. Right? It would be nice if they made it hard like everybody else did, but they make it easy, right? So BMW and Audi do not, but we do have ways around that. So. Jimmy, does MB have any models imported from Germany versus made in America and ones that made in America? Yeah, so we have a lot of German, produced and imported cars. We also have several made here in the States, so it's a little bit of everything. Does Mercedes make a hybrid? Yes, Sunshine. We have several hybrids, including GLE hybrids and GLC hybrids, and right now those have excellent programs on them to celebrate, if you will, the lease cash going away at the end of September. So those are fantastic opportunities right now. So I am going to sign off there for the night. I do need to wrap the day up and get our sold logs all put together, but I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you for your support as always. If you're a new follower, welcome. Thank you. And I appreciate every one of you. So thanks for being here with me. And until next time,